Iowa versus Iowa State. The Cyhawk Trophy is going down this weekend. Joe, when you look at the game, your thoughts?
Look, I know Iowa State fans are probably going to be awfully excited to hear this because last time I picked against them, they won. Maybe there's a little bit of a LSU curse in play here where whenever I pick against them, this team wins. Blake, I do really believe that Iowa is going to win this game. I think that Iowa State has shown a lot of positive things offensively to answer the questions of how they were going to bounce back from losing Jaden Higgins and Jalen Knoll. They've gotten a lot of production out of Burkle and Brahmer, their tight ends, and they've both made some huge plays for this offense. Their running back tandem of Hansen and Sama are also super downhill. They're also been killing it on special teams, doing all the little things right.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that this Iowa squad, I know that Gronowski had a rough game against Albany. I'm going to keep coming back to it. The lines of scrimmage are the most important thing for me. This Iowa offensive line is one of the best in the country. One of the best top 10 in all of college football. They have a squad of guys that will get NFL opportunities. Dunker is a downhill mauler. Logan Jones is one of the better centers in the country. I think that if they can play their game, grind it out with Xavier Williams, slow the game down, and rely on their offensive linemen, that is going to be their key to victory.
Last time I talked about Iowa State, excuse me. Just got done talking about Ohio State. Iowa State, Wes, I said that I didn't think Rocco Becht was an accurate enough quarterback. And boy, they hated that. And the truth is, he still isn't. He still isn't. So I'm ready for all of you to come in here and say that he is. And the hate that I'm going to get on Twitter, that's okay. Because I think this game is the one that will bear it out too. I don't think he was good against Kansas State. I don't. Kansas State had so many issues. Look at what happened to them last week. Look what happened to them last week. This is a big-time rivalry game, though. And these two hate one another. And anything can happen in rivalry games. It's early in the season. It's for the state. As a fan of Iowa deer hunting, I can tell you from people that live there, this is going to be an all-out war because it always is. Who's the more physical team? Who is the more physical team going to be in this one? I think it's Iowa too. However, this whole passing game stuff and what they do and can't do offensively is god-awful. It is god-awful. Joe, Granowski went 8 of 15 for 44 yards.
It was bad. It was gross to watch.
It was really horrible. It was horrible. Can we get with the program here? Like, I know you ran for 300 plus, and that's your game. Run the football, play really good defense. I get your whole stick here. You can't keep doing this. You're going to have to open it up. You're banging your head up against a wall. Can you get Gronowski more involved in the run game where he can have success? Can you be downhill? That's what you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to generate some turnovers that Rocco Becht will give you. But, man, again, I don't know what to make of this Iowa team ever because it's just like, dude, walk-ons had better numbers than Gronowski did. You played one 2 years ago.
Granowski has never been a highly impactful passer, and I've watched a lot of Granowski. I've seen him play in person for 2 games. He has always kind of been the FCS Tim Tebow. He has been the big-bodied guy that is going to put his body on the line, that is going to fight to pick up a first down as a runner. He has never been a dynamic passer. 44 yards against Albany is way below the standard, though. It's way below what we expect. And he has smoked CAA teams in his past career for tons of production. So this was completely away from what we expected. It kind of makes me wonder if quarterbacks really do go to die when they choose to play for Iowa. And I'm not trying to take a dig at Iowa, but it's really weird that this keeps happening. The kids keep showing up and they just can't throw the ball. I'm hoping that there is something that is saved here. Because if there is, he can be really, really transformative for this team, and he can be the reason why they win. I think a lot of people are going to be really lazy and just say, he played like shit, therefore Iowa loses. I think that is way too simple, and you're foregoing a lot of the great things that he did at South Dakota State when he won the FCS Heisman. He won multiple national championships. He knows how to step up to the plate in a close game. I think that if this game does end up being close, I would take Gronowski and I would take Iowa.
Even if they can't throw the ball?
I mean, they've survived and they've won without throwing the ball very much in the past.
But they didn't against Iowa State last year, and it was the same issue.
McNamara wasn't the same level of athlete that Granowski is.
I feel like I'm just going to go on College Football 26 and become the new head coach of Iowa and throw for 700 yards in game 1 and then retire in week 2.
Well, you would transform that program.
For one game.
Yeah.
For one game. I'm going to do that. I get it. I know that you like Granowski a lot. You've seen him a lot. You've studied him a lot. I keep saying Iowa State has got to try to get this one up early. Get up a couple of scores. Be ultra aggressive, because if you're able to be ultra aggressive and go up early, 10, 14, 14-3, whatever it is, that's when I start thinking, I keep saying it. Iowa would start to panic a little bit here and try to have to get away from the things that they do. And then they're just predictable. So I see a path for Iowa State as much as they hate my guts. But I also get to a situation where I look at this and say to myself, can I see you complete a forward pass in a meaningful situation?
That's why I'm not like completely gung-ho, just like rushing to say, give me Iowa, they're going to win, give me Iowa. But I think to that point is that like Becht has improved. I think that we need to give him recognition. He has gotten better. He was 19 of 20 last week, and it was against South Dakota, so it's with a grain of salt. And they also took him out pretty early in that game. I do agree with you that we got to see real consistency against the top opponent, because he was all over the place against Kansas. It was raining, understandably. That's a fair excuse to be given to a kid, but I got to see him complete over 60% of his passes in one of these big games for once. He's made big plays in big games in the past, but I kind of wonder in a situation like this, if his accuracy is as inconsistent as it's been in a game like this, and this game ends up being low scoring, I'm going to take the team that is the kings of winning ugly football games.
And this one could get very ugly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Could get very ugly. So we'll see.